Shalom, and welcome to Bible Stories as Blueprints of the Soul, your Biblical Hebrew podcast. Shalom and welcome to our Biblical Hebrew podcast. Today I would like to discuss with you one verse from Genesis 2:23. We shall read the verse in Hebrew, translate it into English, and see what is the abstract idea behind the letters and the words. Bereshit bet kaf gimel. Genesis 2:23. Vayomer ha'adam. Vayomer ha'adam. And the Adam, the human, said, Zot hapa'am, this time, Zot hapa'am, etzem me'atzamai. This time, this is an essence of my essence. Uvasar mibsari, and flesh of my flesh. Lazot yikare isha, that one shall be named Isha, woman, ki mi'ish, for, from a man, ish in Hebrew, lukacha zot. This one was taken from. The question is simple. Does this verse speak about physical material layer of reality or an abstract idea? The verse does not speak about physical humans, man and wife, but about the concept of the letters which are composing the name of God, the tetragrammaton, the name with the four letters Yod, He, Vav, He. So in this verse, when we read the Hebrew parts, we shall associate each part with every letter of the tetragrammaton, and we shall show how the letters relate to each other by using the biblical verse. Let's start from the beginning. Vayomer ha'adam, and the human. Ha'adam. Ha'adam is not like man in English, but ha'adam, Adam, in Hebrew is written in three letters, Aleph, Daled, Mem Sofit. The volume of the word Adam is 45. And if we look at the four letters of the tetragrammaton, Adam is associated with the letter Vav. For if we take the four letters of the tetragrammaton and we fill them with the letter Aleph, we get the volume of 45, like Adam. Again, the word Adam in Hebrew has the numeral value of 45, like the filling of the name of the tetragrammaton with the letter Aleph. We have shown this in our sessions and in our videos, blue videos. So here, in a way, the speech comes from the letter Vav. And Ha'adam, the human here, is represented by the letter Vav. When we look at the four letters of the tetragrammaton, the letter Vav is between two letters He, one of his right and one of his left, or when we write the name of God in the following way, Yod, He, parallel to each other, and beneath them in the middle Vav, and below the Vav in the middle is He, the second He. So we see again that the Vav, the letter Vav, is between the first He, Binah, which is understanding, and the last He, which is Malchut, heavenly kingdom. So now this is the speech of the letter Vav, or Adam. And the letter Vav says to the first letter Hey of the name, to the sphere of understanding. Zot hapa'am etzem me'atzamai. This time, the English Bible says this is a bone of my bones. But the word etzem in Hebrew refers both to a bone, physical bone, and both to essence. And here the Bible means, this time this is the essence of my essence. When we take this Hebrew term, etzem me'atzamai, essence of my essence, it gives us the numeral value of 450. 450. 450, this is 10 times 45, or 10 times Adam, human. So again, the letter Vav is looking at the first letter Hey, at Binah, at the sphere of understanding, and says the following. This time this is Zot hapa'am etzem me'atzamai, essence of my essence, because the essence of the letter Vav is human, Adam. And the Binah, the understanding, has 10 times the full portion of Adam. And now comes the second speech of the Vav after the comma. Uvasar mibsari. And now the letter Vav looks at the lower letter Hey, or the last letter of the tetragrammaton, and refers to the last letter Hey of the tetragrammaton as Uvasar mibsari, and flesh of my flesh. So this is very interesting speech of the Vav, or from Adam. On the one hand, the letter Vav looks at the previous Hey, the first Hey, and says, this time, this is essence of my essence, the understanding. Binah, or the quality of the mother in us. And on the other hand, he looks at the last letter Hey of the name, and it's the same picture. Graphically, both of them has the same graphical appearance. But the first letter, Hey, the Binah, the understanding, is essence of my essence. And the last letter, Hey, Malchut, is a flesh of my flesh. Why? And here is a huge question. If those two letters, Hey, look graphically the same, why in their inner meaning they have such different realms? And we did not explain yet what is the flesh of my flesh, because this is not a literal understanding of flesh or meat that we buy in the supermarket. This is a profound question. But before we ask the question or answer it, we shall look into the term flesh of my flesh, uvasar mibsari. Uvasar mibsari in Hebrew. The word basar, basar in English flesh, is written in Hebrew with 3 letters, Bet, Shin, Resh. Basar. When we go to the supermarket in Israel and people look for meat, it's written there on a squad, basar, the same letters like here. So, basar can refer to meat or flesh, but here, when we abstract the meaning, it comes differently. We can divide the word basar into 2 parts, bet, which is 2, and sar. Sar is a minister which demands a lot of respect. The volume of the letter Shin is 300. The volume of the letter Resh is 200. So basar, meaning bet sar, meaning twice 500 for Shin is 300 and Resh is 200. Together they make 500. And Basar, Bet, twice 500 because Shin and Resh make 500 together. So twice 500, this is 1000. 1000 is in a way expansion of the letter Aleph. The letter Aleph is the first letter in the Hebrew alphabet and has the volume of 1 or numeral value of 1 or unity. When we write the letter Aleph, as we hear it, we write it with 3 letters. Aleph, Lamed, face of it. Aleph. But with a different pronunciation, it becomes Aleph. Aleph is 1000. The Hebrew sources relate to the 1000 in the following manner. They called 1000 Aleph, you mean the whole. 1000 days of sand. What does it mean? This is a poetic expression. What is 1000 days of sand? The sand is an expression of scatteredness. Everything is scattered because when the sand splits and splits to more little parts and every part goes to his direction and we don't see any sense in so many grains of sand which do not make any sense but scatteredness. But if we put the sand in a fire, in a great fire, we can make a glass out of the sand and we can have a glass or lens to look at reality, something else. So the sages call or name the quality of 1000 days of sand, the scatteredness. In a way, the sages see the expansion of the Aleph, because Aleph has the numeral value of 1 unity, and when the Aleph, we read it in a different pronunciation, we get Aleph, and Aleph is the digit 1 and 3 zeros after it, meaning the Aleph, the 1000, is basically expansion in time and space of the 1. So, what do we see in this verse? Now this is the speech of the Vav. So the Vav speaks to the lower Hey or to the last Hey of the tetragrammaton and says, Uvasar mibsari, and flesh of my flesh. Meaning, as we said in the beginning of our conversation, the name Adam gives us the volume of 45. Also, the name of the tetragrammaton with the filling of the letter Aleph gives us the volume of 45. When the Aleph spreads so much as Aleph, it becomes very tangible, like sand or like flesh. And the Vav, the letter Vav or Adam, notices that the letter Hey or the last letter Hey is also expansion of the letter Aleph that composes his name, Adam. Aleph, 1 that composes Adam, becomes Aleph, 1000 days of sand. So here, in a way, we see the speech of the letter Vav, Ha-Adam, the letter Vav, and look at the first letter Hey and says, this time, this is essence of my essence, because it has the value of 450. Etzem me'atzamai has the volume of 450. 10 times 45, Adam is 45, and the upper Hey, or the first Hey, or the description of the first Hey is 10 times 45. It includes the essence of Adam. And the lower Hey, or the last Hey, is expansion of the letter Aleph. And this is the flesh of my flesh. This is very tangible. And in a way, the speech of Adam says, Lazot yikare isha, to this we shall call a woman. To the letter Hey, we shall call a woman. Ki mi'ish lukacha zo, because she was taken from a man. The letter He, regardless of the first He or the second, was taken from a man. Why? The letter He has a little foot. The little foot of the letter He is basically the letter Yod of the tetragrammaton, the first letter Yod of the tetragrammaton, the wisdom, the divine wisdom. And when we add two letter Vav, one horizontal and one vertical, to the letter Yod, we create a feminine letter, because the Yod is a masculine letter, the wisdom is masculine. And once we add two more dimensions, we get 3 dimensions, horizontal, vertical, and depth. And we have the first vessels, the understanding. And then the Vav looks at the letter He and says, to this we shall call a woman. Isha, Esh. What is Isha? Esh, He. The fire of the He. Why? Ki mi'ish lukacha zo. Because she was taken from a man. So, the name Isha, woman, comes from Ish. And both of them contain the divine fire. We wish you a beautiful day and wonderful week.
Thank you for listening to Bible stories as blueprints of the soul. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to hear more about a certain topic, just write us an email to hebrew@learnoutlive.com. We are always happy to hear from you. For more episodes, videos, and articles like this, please visit our website at hebrew.learnoutlive.com. We also would like to invite you to join our live classes. Just search for Online College of Biblical Hebrew on Facebook and start learning now with students from all over the world. Koltuv and Shalom.